It's impossible not to talk about your move to the Big 12. Was Coach Prime a piece of that? Was that important to him? I've heard people say things like, "Oh, he wanted recruiting access to Florida and Texas, and this is our new brand, and we're aligned with your Mark's vision." I don't know. Was that a part of the calculus?
No, look, I mean, Coach Prime had as much say as our other coaches, right? And certainly, in these processes, you can't include everybody in where you're going because it's, you want to keep some things quiet. You don't want to stir up a lot of things. And I think we did a really good job of that. But certainly, I would tell you that Texas has always been a big area for us. Having 4 schools in the state of Texas that will be in the Big 12 is important. And then you got Oklahoma State that's close by that has a presence in the Dallas-Fort Worth marketplace. And, when you look at this whole thing and you look at the fact that Dallas-Fort Worth market's 5th in the country, Houston 7th, Orlando 16, we're 17. Those are really important markets for us to be in. And the exposure that we're going to get in those markets, being on linear TV, partnering with Fox and ESPN, is going to be incredibly valuable for our brand. And it's going to position us for the future in a really positive way. So, all of those things were important. The stability of that conference, Brett Yormark's vision for where this conference can go, the cultural fit for us, the time slots of our games and the travel for student athletes getting home at midnight rather than 5 o'clock in the morning when we go up to the Northwest and play a football game or a basketball game when we charter back. I mean, all of those things were factors, and we certainly, I believe, did our due diligence. We're happy where we landed. We've had a great experience with the Pac-12. I'm a proud member of the Pac-12 conference until this time next year.
Just one more comment on this. I can't help. I've always noticed a bunch of kids I grew up with in Alaska, believe it or not, went to CU Boulder. And so I got to spend some time there. Amazing place, amazing university and campus. I noticed there's a lot of California kids there. I don't know if I assume that trend has continued. One of these little strange nuances that collegiate fans tend not to realize or think about is how these schools fund themselves. State dollars are on the decline as far as supporting state universities, and out-of-state students pay for more than the cost of their education. So they're a profit center for universities. I just picture there being such a tie to California with your students that it would be weird to not be in California. But I guess, I don't know, maybe Southern California mitigated some of that pain by USC leaving or something. But I don't know.
Look, USC and UCLA leaving certainly was a factor as well, because the LA market, we're not going to compete in that market. Now, maybe we will with some non-conference games as we move forward in 24, 25. But the reality is we have always historically had a lot of California students at the University of Colorado. That will not change. When we were in the Big 12 the last time, or the Big 8 when I was here, and then it became the Big 12, we still had a influx of students from California. We've also had an incredible amount of students from the state of Texas. So I don't think it changes. As a matter of fact, I think it gets better because the platform that we're going to be on, the excitement around what we're doing at CU, it's going to be very good for our admissions process. We will be out in California just as much as we were from a fundraising and a fan raising strategy. We'll be out there just as much as we currently are. We just won't have the games to go to like we had in the LA market. The hiring of Coach Prime was significant, and then this is significant, and having these 2 big decisions in a 9-month period is challenging at best because it does take a lot of time. It takes a lot of thought. But I know this university. I was here in the 80s when we had success. I've been here for 10 years. And these decisions that we had to make, these 2 very important decisions,